Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tuesday edition of Video Clips. And first, just a couple of announcements. Our next free tour for non-members who want to see what we have to offer is July 25th. I have a sample class coming up for healthcare professionals on the 27th. It'll be like 60 to 90 minutes, and I promise you'll leave with lots of tips on how to improve your practice or start one. And maybe inspire you to sign up for my all-day boot camp on the 19th of August, I think it is. That'll be on a Saturday, and we'll spend about 7 hours or so, including a good long time allocated to questions and answers about healthcare practices, right? If you're a professional development member, by the way, that course is free. That all-day program is free. Everybody else pays $7.95. So it might be a good time to become a professional development member. And also, just so you know, those professional development fees carry over to some of our programs. So if you were to decide to sign up for one of our more extended learning opportunities, all that money applies. Remote conference tickets, the price is going to go up August 1st. So if you're planning to buy one of those, this would be the time to do it. And my next Forming Your Tribe workshop is on August 8th. So with that, I have another happy story to share with you. There's so much wrong in healthcare that it's just easy to talk about all the stuff that's wrong. And I don't think we want to ignore it. But I continue to believe that everything is fixable. And the reason is I continue to be inspired by people who are doing good things in spite of all the challenges to doing good things. And I talked about this last week with a doctor who is informing her patients about colonoscopy, taking the time to have a conversation and present risks and benefits. This is what I've been arguing that the whole medical profession should be doing for the greater part of 27 years I've been in business, right? So there's not enough of this going on, but there is more of it, right? So anyway, I'll just tell you, this is a happy story about hospital food. You don't hear very many happy stories about hospital food, but here it goes. Sven Gerlinger was an executive with Ritz-Carlton hotel chain when he developed Guillain-Barré in the year 2000. And it was a serious case, and he ended up having an extended hospital stay, which meant that he was going to eat a lot of meals there. And he said the food was just atrocious. His wife, who was already charged with taking care of 2 kids on her own for several months and maintaining a household, had to cook for him and go get food at restaurants. He just refused to eat what was there. So speed ahead to the year 2014, Sven becomes head of patient experience for Northwell Health. And what he saw was that nothing had changed. He was looking at patient reviews and just shocked at how bad they continued to be. Some of them included statements like, every meal brought to me was awful. Food was atrocious, not fit to feed my dog. People need good food to get better. No kidding, right? So remembering his own experience, he said to himself, isn't serving terrible food contrary to what we're supposed to be doing here? Well, Northwell serves over 10 million meals per year, and this includes meals that are made and served in cafeterias in the institution's centers. So that is a lot of bad food, and Sven decided to do something about it. So his first step was to hire an award-winning chef, Bruno Tyson, who had never stepped foot in a hospital, to join his team to elevate the food experience at Northwell. Out went the fryers, the frozen and processed and pre-prepared meals, which were replaced with fresh, nutritious ingredients that included antibiotic and hormone-free animal foods, artisanal bread, and made-to-order dishes and meals. More plant-based options were added to all of the menus. The food service operation shifted its purchasing to local businesses. The desserts are made by local bakeries that are given a list of nutritional requirements. Produce is purchased from local farms. And Sven says that this has connected the medical center more to its local community. We try to do that here at Wellness Forum as well. As for expense, most people thought that the changes would increase costs, but expenses were actually reduced. Fresh ingredients are less expensive than processed and pre-cooked meals. Waste was reduced in 2 ways, not throwing away so much in the kitchen, but also people were eating more of the food. And favorable prices were negotiated with suppliers, and the budget wasn't impacted at all. It really didn't cost more to serve significantly better food. talented chefs who are passionate about food, prepare the meals for the patients, and even go out into the hospital and visit the rooms and ask for feedback. And the statements on the evaluations reflect the changes that have been made. And here are just a few. I'm so grateful for the healthy, delicious, and well-prepared meals during my stay. You wouldn't expect that in a hospital, right? I was just so thrilled with everything that I didn't even remember that I was in pain and not feeling well. Sven speaks about the hospital's transformation at various conferences, and he tells his peers that hospital food can be converted from liability to an asset. He says the best way to get buy-in from executives and administrators is just simply to ask them to eat their own food at the hospital for a week and ask, would you want your loved ones to eat this? And I think this comment included in a patient survey recently says it all. Being in a hospital is never an enjoyable experience, but your caring meal preparation was the highlight of my day. And again, I don't think that's something you hear about hospital food very often. So, I spent a lot of time criticizing the healthcare profession. I'm not going to stop doing that, but once in a while we have to spend some time and celebrate people who are making hospitals and the medical system better. And that should provide some encouragement for all of us. So we need more of it. We need it to happen faster. There's no question. And I won't be kinder to people who are doing bad things in healthcare, but this is good news. And by the way, to his point, to Sven's point, that when you buy locally as much as you can, when you use fresh ingredients and all that sort of thing, we do that in our kitchen at Wellness Forum, and even our the ingredients for our dried mixes, which many of you buy a lot of, are sourced from smaller organizations and farms and that sort of thing, rather than buying everything from big wholesalers. In fact, I don't think we buy much from big wholesalers at all. It's not more expensive, and you get a lot better quality, and you have a relationship with the people that you're buying stuff from. All right, that's it for today. As usual, pass this on to anybody who you think would enjoy watching it, and I'll be back to you tomorrow with more news.